Wow, look up at the night sky. You might see a reddish star. That's not just any star, that's Mars. It's a whole other planet. And guess what? Humans are dreaming of going there. Imagine that, stepping onto a new world. Mars is like the ultimate field trip. It's a place full of mystery and excitement. We've sent robots like brave little explorers. They've sent back amazing pictures. But now it's time for people to get ready. This is a big step for everyone on Earth. Let's think about this grand adventure together. It's a journey for science, for discovery, and for the future of all of us. Mars is often called the Red Planet. Do you know why? It's because of iron rust in its soil and rocks. Think of an old rusty nail. Mars is kind of like that, but way bigger. This planet has been a source of wonder for centuries. Ancient people looked up and saw it. They told stories about it. Now we have telescopes and spacecraft. We know so much more, but there's still so much to learn. Going to Mars is not just a dream, it's a goal. A really big, important goal for humanity. It's a challenge that makes us smarter and more capable. Why should we go? Well, think about it. Exploring is in our nature. Humans have always looked beyond the horizon. We climbed mountains. We sailed across oceans. Now space is our new ocean, and Mars is a fascinating island in that ocean. It's a place where we can test our best ideas. It's a place where we can push the limits of science and engineering. Every time we explore, we learn more about the universe, and we learn more about ourselves too. This is a journey that can unite people from all over the world, working together. So, Mars pe chalo, that means, let's go to Mars. It's an exciting call to action. It's about looking forward to a future where humans are a multi-planet species. This isn't just science fiction anymore. Talented people are working hard right now to make this happen. They are designing rockets. They are planning missions. They are dreaming big. And you can be part of that dream. By learning about Mars, by supporting science, you are helping us get there. The Red Planet is waiting for us. What an amazing thought. This adventure is for all of us. Mars is truly special, a captivating world that beckons us from across the vastness of space. It's not just any planet, it's our neighbor in the solar system. It's a bit like Earth in some ways. It has polar ice caps, just like our North and South poles. It has seasons too, though they are much longer than ours. Mars even has weather, with clouds and giant dust storms that can cover the whole planet. Scientists are super interested in these features. They want to understand how Mars formed and changed over billions of years. It's like a giant puzzle, and every piece we find tells us more about its story. One of the biggest reasons Mars attracts us is the question of water. And where there's water, there might be life. Or at least, there might have been life in the past. We know that Mars once had liquid water flowing on its surface. We see ancient riverbeds and deltas. Rovers have found minerals that only form in water. Today, most of Mars's water is frozen, either underground or at the poles. But finding evidence of past or present water is a huge clue. It makes us wonder, could tiny living things, like microbes, have once existed there? This is a question that drives so much of our exploration. Mars also has some incredible geology. It's home to Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in our solar system. It's 3 times taller than Mount Everest. Imagine standing at its base and looking up. Mars also has Valles Marineris, a canyon system so huge it would stretch all the way across the United States. These giant features tell us about the planet's active past. Scientists study these formations to learn about the forces that shaped Mars. Understanding Mars helps us understand other planets too, including our own Earth. It's all connected in the grand scheme of the cosmos. So you see, Mars is not just a dusty red ball. It's a dynamic world with a rich history. It holds secrets about the possibility of life beyond Earth. It has landscapes that are both alien and strangely familiar. It's a scientific treasure chest, just waiting to be opened wider. Exploring Mars can help us answer some of the biggest questions we have. Are we alone in the universe? How do planets evolve? And what does the future hold for worlds like ours and Mars? These are the powerful questions that make Mars so incredibly attractive to scientists and explorers alike. Getting to Mars is a really big deal. It's not like taking a bus to the next town. Mars is far away. Really far. On average, it's about 140 million miles from Earth. Sometimes it's closer, sometimes it's farther, depending on where both planets are in their orbits around the Sun. To get there, we need powerful rockets. These rockets have to carry astronauts, their supplies, and all the equipment they'll need. The journey itself would take many months, maybe 6 to 9 months, or even longer. That's a long time to be in a small spaceship. It's a true test of engineering and human endurance. One of the biggest challenges for astronauts traveling to Mars is radiation. Space is full of tiny, fast-moving particles from the Sun and from distant stars. Earth has a magnetic field and an atmosphere that protect us from most of this radiation. But in deep space, and on Mars, which has a very thin atmosphere and no global magnetic field, astronauts would be exposed to much more. Scientists are working on new materials for spaceships and habitats to provide better shielding. They are also studying ways to protect astronauts' health during the long voyage and their stay on Mars. This is a serious problem we must solve. Another huge challenge is simply keeping everyone alive and healthy for so long. Astronauts will need air to breathe, water to drink, and food to eat. Creating a reliable life support system that can recycle air and water for months or years is super important. We can't just pack everything they need, that would be too heavy. So we need systems that can regenerate resources. They'll also need to exercise a lot to keep their bones and muscles strong in the low gravity of space and on Mars. And let's not forget mental health. Being far from home for so long can be tough. Landing on Mars is also tricky. Mars has a thin atmosphere, thinner than Earth's. This makes it hard to slow down a heavy spacecraft using just parachutes. Engineers have come up with clever ways to land rovers, like using rockets and even giant airbags. But landing a much larger spacecraft with humans and supplies will be an even bigger challenge. It needs to be precise and safe. Every step of the journey, from launch to landing, requires incredible planning, advanced technology, and a lot of teamwork. Solving these problems is what engineers and scientists do best. It's a grand challenge. So what would humans do on Mars? What could we find? One of the most exciting things would be to search for signs of life. Not big green aliens, but maybe tiny microbes, either living now or preserved as fossils from billions of years ago. Astronauts could drill deep into the Martian rock, or explore icy regions where water might still exist in liquid form underground. Finding any evidence of life, past or present, would be one of the biggest discoveries in human history. It would tell us that life isn't unique to Earth. Think about that. It would change our whole understanding of the universe. Beyond searching for life, humans could build things on Mars. Imagine the first Martian research outpost, or even a small habitat. Astronauts could conduct experiments that are impossible to do from Earth. They could study the Martian climate and geology up close. They could learn how to use Martian resources, like water ice, to support themselves. This is called in situ resource utilization, a fancy way of saying living off the land. Perhaps they could even grow food in special greenhouses. Building a sustainable presence on Mars is a long-term goal, but it starts with these first steps. Humans on Mars could also explore much farther and faster than robots can. They could climb mountains, descend into canyons, and collect samples from many different places. They could use their human intuition and problem-solving skills to make new discoveries on the spot. Think of geologists with rock hammers, or biologists with microscopes, all working on a new world. The amount of science we could do would be incredible. We could learn so much more about how Mars formed, if it was ever habitable, and how it changed over time. This knowledge would be invaluable. Ultimately, exploring Mars is about learning more about our universe and our place in it. It helps us understand planetary science better, which can teach us about Earth's past, present, and future, especially concerning climate change. Having a presence on another planet could also one day be important for the long-term survival of humanity. It's a big dream, but big dreams inspire us to do amazing things. Mars is a stepping stone to the stars. It's a challenge that pushes us to be our best. The journey to Mars and what we do there will shape our future for generations to come. It's science, and it's awesome.